Hello everyone, good evening. So this is Choma Odikolo here. So who is live here with us today? All right, if you're live here with us, can you just drop a comment so we know you are here? Okay, I believe we will all catch replay, so you're all welcome to our weekly book review. So you're welcome to our platform. If you're new here, this is Becoming the Renewed Parent, and we're here as parents, as adults, as individuals to learn, on how to be better, how to grow ourselves, how to develop ourselves, so we can be the best version of ourselves and be the best versions for our children and the world at large. So we'll be reviewing our book of the week. This is actually the book of the month, but for this week we'll be reviewing this book, As a Man Thinketh, which we did review chapter 1 and 2 last week. So today we'll be reviewing chapter 3 and 4. So if you're live here with me, please can you drop a comment so we'll know you are here. You're all welcome. You're all welcome to our book review today. I believe we'll all catch a replay. So we're going to have our book review, then we'll go for a 5-minute break, and we'll come back for our weekly webinar. So today, as I said earlier, we'll be reviewing our book, As a Man Thinketh. So we'll be reviewing chapter 3 and chapter 4. So chapter 3 is the effect of thoughts on health and the body. So we're reviewing the effect of our thoughts, on our health and on our body. So what is the relationship between our thoughts and our health? What's the relationship between our thoughts and our body? So we're going to be looking at it today. So we talked about, we talked about our thoughts, we defined our thoughts, we did the definition of terms last week. So today we'll just go straight right into the conversation of today. So the effect of our thoughts on our health and on our body. Number one, we must understand that as parents, the body is the servant of the mind. So our body is the servant of the mind. It obeys the operations of the mind. So our body obeys everything the mind tells it to do, whether we deliberately choose it or automatically express it. So our body obeys whatever goes through our mind. Our body obeys our thoughts. At the bidding of unlawful thoughts, the body sinks rapidly into disease and decay, and at the command of glad and beautiful thoughts, it becomes clothed with beauty. So what is it trying to tell us? That our thoughts affect our whole body. When we start to have unlawful thoughts, our body begins to decay. When we start to have disempowering thoughts, our body begins to decay. And sometimes you can see it in your personal life. There are some thoughts you have, and you just find out that you just not be yourself. There are some thoughts you have, you might just start having headache. There are some thoughts you have, you might not even have the appetite to eat. There are some thoughts you have, you might just start feeling pain in your body. So our book and the author of this book, James Allen, is making us understand that there is a relationship between our thoughts and our body. When we encourage unlawful thoughts into our body, it affects us, it makes us to feel down. But when we have beautiful thoughts, it helps to uplift us. It helps to uplift our spirit. So that's just to tell us that our thoughts go a long way on how we live our day-to-day life, because everything we do, our body moves according to the thoughts. Then we must also understand that disease and health, like circumstances, are rooted in thoughts. So our thoughts, the health of our body, sometimes the sicknesses and disease, sometimes is rooted in the type of thoughts we have. Now look at what the author said. Sickly thoughts will express themselves through a sickly body. So sometimes when you have a sickly thought, when you have some disempowering thoughts, when you have some thoughts that don't even encourage, you just find out that you might just start feeling sick. Sometimes you might just find out you just start feeling weak. You're not yourself. I don't know who have experienced that, when you have some kind of thoughts that are just disempowering, you just feel down. Now, we must also remember that thoughts of fear have been known to kill as speedily as a bullet. So the thought of fear has been known to kill as speedily as a bullet. That's just to tell us the effect of our thoughts in our lives. So the thought of fear, oh, you're welcome, sir. I can see Mr. Chidebere, you're welcome, sir. Yes, we have one person with us here. So if one can join us, definitely 1,000 can join us, 1 million can join us, and 1 billion can join us, and more and more. So let's continue. The thoughts of fear have been known to kill as speedily as a bullet. So our thoughts affect us. Have we found that as parents, sometimes when you're scared, when you have this thought of fear, you're scared of something, you just find that you're demoralized. You can't even move. You're scared of so many things. You can't even move to the next level. You know, even me, I've experienced it. You know, most times when I'm scared, I just find out that I'm demoralized. I'm not motivated to do something. So that's just to tell us the power of our thoughts in our body. It's very important we take cognizance of the kind of thoughts that go through our minds. Now, and they continually kill thousands of people just as surely, tough, less rapidly. So the thoughts of fear continuously kill people. Have you looked around you and found that there are some people, you know, it's fear that is holding a lot of us. If we can just start something, you know, we'll just continue. But most of us are scared of starting. Most of us are afraid of a lot of things. You know, even me, because I'm also talking to myself. You're scared of doing that business. You're scared of writing that book. You're scared of opening that channel. You're scared of doing that thing you know you are good at doing. You're scared of selling your talent to the world. You're scared of so many things. Like me, I used to be very scared of driving. I used to be scared of driving, even swimming. You know, I'm just trying to overcome these fears. But that's just to tell us that the impact of our thoughts can even kill us before we even move into that activity. So as parents, we must understand that we should pay attention to our thoughts. Then the people who live in fear of disease are the people who get it. So when you experience fear, when you're constantly scared, when you encourage the thought of fear, you find out that most times that thing you're scared of, you just find out that you just get into that thing. Like sometimes when you're scared of having headache, you just find that somehow you just start having headache. You don't know from where, because you've entertained that thought. Now we see what the author says. Anxiety quickly demoralizes the whole body and lays it open to the entrance of disease. While impure thoughts, even if not physically indulged, will soon shatter the nervous system. So impure thoughts can shatter our nervous system. Impure thoughts can destroy our body. So we must understand that we need to pay close attention to the kind of thoughts we entertain as parents, as individuals, because our thoughts shape our lives. Our thoughts dictate everything around us. Now, out of a clean heart comes a clean life and a clean body. Out of a clean heart, out of a clean thought comes a clean life and a clean body. That's just there that the thought controls everything. When you have a clean thought, your outward appearance, your relationship with people, it will also trickle down in every other thing you are doing. Now, thought is the fount of action. Life and manifestation. Make the fountain pure and it will be pure. When you make your thoughts pure, you will definitely be pure. So what is the message for us as parents? We should make our thoughts pure. We should intentionally make efforts to make our thoughts pure, because when we make our thoughts pure, we'll be pure in everything we do. Now, you see what the writer said. Change of diet will not help a man who will not change his thoughts. When a man makes his thoughts pure, he no longer desires impure food. So it doesn't matter when you change a routine. It doesn't matter when you change a diet. It doesn't matter when you change and start to do that thing you want to do. What matters is the change of your thoughts. What matters is a change of your thoughts towards that thing. So you can say, okay, I want to work on my weight. I want to stop dieting. I want to start dieting. I want to do this. I want to start this sport. I want to just do this thing. When you start that thing, if you start it without working on your thoughts, you just find out that somehow you might not go further, because our thoughts is very important in everything we do. Now, if you would protect your body, guide your mind, if you would renew your body, beautify your mind. So we must continuously renew our minds. We must continuously renew our body. And besides, that's why I wrote the book, Becoming a Renewed Parent. It's actually on pre-order. Please do well to get a copy. Now, we must also understand what the writer said. He said that if we must have a serene relationship, if everything around us must be serene, must be peaceful, we must work on our thoughts. And listen to what he said again. On the faces of the age, there are wrinkles made by sympathy, others by strong and pure thoughts, and others are carved by passion. Who cannot distinguish them? So he's just trying to tell us that on the faces of everyone you see, you can actually distinguish in a way. When you look at the person, you can actually distinguish in a way the kind of thoughts this person is entertaining in their body. With those who have lived righteously, age is calm, peaceful, and softly mellowed, like the setting sun. So everything he's just telling us that our thoughts is very important. Our thoughts even translate to our life. Our thoughts even translate to the calm we have in our lives. The kind of thoughts we entertain translate to everything around us. So we must pay close attention to our thoughts. And he said, there is no physician like cheerful thoughts, for dissipating the ills of the body. There is no comforter to compare with goodwill for dispelling the shadows of grief and sorrow. To live continuously in thoughts of ill, suspicion and envy is to be confined in a self-made prison hole. So when you entertain thoughts of envy, when you entertain thoughts of fear, when you entertain thoughts that don't empower you, it's just like you're keeping yourself in a hole, and that is not what we want. We want to be able to express ourselves. But if we think of all things that are good, if we think of the well-being of other people, if we focus on having the right thoughts and having the positive thought, it will bring peace to us, it will bring calm, it will bring stability to us and in everything we do. So that is the end of our chapter 3. So we'll move into chapter 4 very quickly. And chapter 4, the topic is thoughts and purpose. Please drop a comment. Do you have a question? Just drop a comment so we'll know you are following us. Now, the writer is trying to tell us about thought and purpose. And he said, until thought is linked with purpose, there is no intelligent accomplishment. So when you're doing anything as a parent, you must link your thoughts to your purpose. Why are you parenting your children? What thoughts do you have about your children? What thoughts do you have about that thing you're doing? That thing you want to accomplish, what is the thought you have about it? You must link your thoughts to your purpose. Now, they who have no central purpose in their life fall an easy prey to petty worries, fears, troubles, self-pitying, all of which are indicators of weakness. Those people that have no central purpose in their life, people that just walk around without purpose, they fall prey of worries, they fall prey of fears, they fall prey of self-pitying, they fall prey of troubles. Because they've not internalized the type of thoughts they want to have. They've not internalized these thoughts that are empowering or that is empowering. And look at what the writer said again. A man should conceive of a legitimate purpose in his heart and set out to accomplish it. So we as parents must conceive a legitimate purpose in our heart and set out to achieve it. So what is your purpose? What is your purpose in life? What is your purpose of being a parent? Or what is our purpose of being a parent? Because I'm also talking to myself. What is our purpose of being a parent? So we must check our purpose. We must conceive our purpose in our heart. And when we conceive it in our heart, you see that, okay, it translates to the way we go around to accomplish our purpose. Now we must make our purpose our supreme duty. We must devote ourselves to attainment, not allowing the thoughts to wander away into imagining or longings, not allowing our thoughts to wander away. So this is the royal road to self-control and true concentration of thoughts. So we must catch ourselves as parents in the process. When you find out that your thought is wandering about, when you find out that you're just entertaining this empowering thought, just catch yourself and stop it. You could do activities, you could go out, you could take some fresh air, you could take some breath, you could change into another activity. So you don't allow that thought to continue in there there and continue to disempower you, because the more your thoughts or our thoughts disempower us, the more it affects other areas of our life, the more it even affects our parenting, the more it even affects our relationship with our family members. So our strengths can only be developed by effort and practice. Thus believing at once being to exert itself and adding effort to effort, patience to patience, and strength to strength will never cease to develop and will at last grow divinely strong. So our thought is everything. The man or the woman or the parent that has a weak thought can make them strong. You can make your thoughts strong by exercising yourself in the right thinking. So if you're going through some weak thoughts, if you're going through some disempowering thoughts, if you're going through a difficult time as a parent, you can start to exercise yourself in the right thinking. You can start to think of something else that will make your thoughts to shift to something positive. You can start to think of something else that will empower you and not disempower you. So we must always understand that our thought is very important. We must always understand that as parents, whatever we do starts from the thought. What is your thought towards your goal? What is your thought towards parenting, towards raising your children? What is your thought towards that thing? Because we first of all succeed in our thoughts first before it manifests physically. So we must equip ourselves with the right thoughts. We must create the right conditions for our thoughts, for us to think of the good things. Having conceived of the purpose, a man or a woman or parent, we should mentally mark out a straight pathway to our achievement, looking neither to the left nor to the right. When we've now considered what we want to achieve, we can now map out how we can accomplish it by working on our thoughts, working on our mindsets, working on the things we entertain, the voices we listen to, the things we allow, to the things we hear with our ears. It's very important. Now, thoughts of doubt and fear can never accomplish anything. When you entertain thoughts of doubt and fear, we can never accomplish anything. Have you found out that sometimes as a parent, when you're scared, when you're even doubting yourself, you find out that even before you even start that activity, you've even given up. You find out that you're even demoralized to even start that activity. That's just to tell us the importance of our thoughts. That's just to tell us the importance our thought has in our life as parents. You understand? So we must always understand that they always lead to failure. When you have weakness, thoughts of fear or doubt, it definitely leads to failure. So we should encourage positive thoughts. We should encourage thoughts that will give us energy. We should encourage thoughts that will uplift us. That is our duty as parents. And when we begin to entertain thoughts that will uplift us, it will trickle down in parenting. It will trickle down in the way we raise our children. Now, the writer said, the will to do springs from the knowledge that we can do. Doubt and fear are the great enemies of knowledge. When you entertain the thoughts of doubt, when you entertain the thoughts of fear, you find out that it's even difficult for you to even learn. Even we as individuals, sometimes you just find that when you just start to have this thought of fear, you're just doubting yourself, you just find that you're even scared, you're not even open to learn, you're not even open to even accept anything. That is what thoughts or negative thoughts can do to you, that can affect an individual. So we must always encourage thoughts that will make us grow. Now, if we're able to conquer doubt and fear, we'll be able to conquer our failure. If we're able to conquer negative thoughts, we'll be able to conquer our failures. So everything starts from the thoughts. Our thought is our power. So we must take cognizance. We must guide our thoughts. We must think of the right things. We must think of if we must grow as parents, if we must develop, if we must be the better versions of ourselves, if we must be legacy builders and changers of situations in the world, we must start to work on our thoughts. It starts from the inside. It starts from the inside before it comes out. Everything starts from the inside. So we must work on our thoughts. And finally, the writer made us to understand that when we entertain the positive thoughts, when we entertain empowering thoughts, and when we are fearless, and we add it to our purpose in life, we will definitely be successful. So if we want to be successful as parent, number one, we must work on our thoughts. We must entertain positive thoughts. We must entertain empowering thoughts. We must be fearless, and we must work on our purpose. Then finally, to conquer failure, we must conquer our doubts. We must conquer negative thoughts. We must conquer disempowering thoughts. So that is all for us for our book review today, chapter 3 and chapter 4 of the book, As a Man Thinketh. So in summary, we as parents, we are the masters of our mind. We are the masters of our thoughts. We are the drivers of our lives, because you drive your life based on your thoughts. So what is that thought you have been entertaining that has been disempowering? What is that thought you've been entertaining that has prevented you from move from point A to point B? You understand? So we must be aware of this disempowering thought before we make the next step of filling it with empowering thoughts. So in summary, we should work on our thoughts. We should intentionally guide our thoughts. We should intentionally protect our thoughts. And how can we do that? We can do that by protecting what we hear. We must scrutinize what we hear. We must scrutinize what we listen to. So what kind of messages do you listen to? What kind of news do you entertain? What kind of books do you read? What do you use to develop yourself? What do you feel into your mind? What do you feel into your thoughts? Because we've got to understand that whatever we entertain in our thoughts affect our life. And I know we all want the best for ourselves. So definitely we'll always go for the empowering thoughts. We'll always go for thoughts that will make us to be better. So as parents, we are encouraged and we are reminded to work on our thoughts, because our thought drives our lives. Our thought even determines how successful we'll be in life. Everything starts from the thoughts. Everything starts from the inside. Even before you achieve any success as a parent, you must first of all achieve it in the mind. You must first of all achieve it in the thoughts. You must first of all achieve it in the things you tell yourself before it even trickles, before it comes out in the open. So that is it for us today for our book review. So I don't know if we've got any comments, any question, or any suggestion as regards our topic for today. Okay, I can't see any question and I can't see any suggestion. So we'll just log off, take a water break, 5 minutes, and we'll come back for our weekly webinar today. So thank you very much for listening to me today. I do not take your time for granted. Thank you very much, and see you in our next class in a few minutes time. Thank you. Bye.